Hey guys, welcome back to the Curly Reader. My name's Amanda, and today I want to share with you my spring 2020 TBR. So my spring TBR is going to be covering the months of March, April, and May of this year. I do seasonal TBRs, not monthly TBRs. I find that monthly TBRs are a little bit too restricting for me. Personally, monthly TBRs kind of give me a little bit more wiggle room, but I do have quite a few books on my spring TBR this year just because I have a lot of buddy reads that I've previously committed to and read-alongs that I've previously committed to. So I have a lot already on the docket, so I just included all of those in this, and it is what it is. We'll go from there. But the first read along that I wanted to talk about is the Analong that I am hosting with Tia from Tia and All the Books. And during March, April, and May, we are going to be reading Anne of the Island, Anne of Windy Poplars, and Anne's House of Dreams. I cannot talk today. But anyway, so these are the three that we are planning on reading for March, April, and May. If you are interested in joining us, we would love to have you join us. I will have a link to the Goodreads read-along group down below. We are reading through the entire Anne of Green Gables series this year. So these are the next three books that I have on the docket for that. Another read-along that I am doing is part of a separate Facebook book club, and it also is one of my annual goals was to reread Harry Potter, and so we're reading Harry Potter. We started this past month in February with the first book, and so during March, April, and May, I am going to be reading, let's see if I can get these in the right order, Chamber of Secrets, The Prisoner of Azkaban, and The Goblet of Fire. So this is the first reread for me for these books. And I am really enjoying it so far. I am almost done with the first one and super enjoying it, but I am going to be reading those three in the spring. Yay. Some middle grade books that I put on this list. March is middle grade March. If you are not aware, I will have links to more details about that down below if you don't know what middle grade March is. But I have some middle grade on this list because during March I'm only reading middle grade, so it only made sense to have some middle grade here as well. Two of the books that I have on this list are also the middle grade books that were on my 2020 TBR, and that is so that I can kind of double dip and get a lot of things done in one shot. So I have Artemis Fowl by Owen Colfer and The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. These are both on my 2020 TBR. Both I really want to read both of them, and so I'm planning on reading these during middle grade March. Another book that I personally just really want to get to during middle grade March is called Wolf Hollow. This is by Lauren Wolk, and this is one that I have not talked about yet on my channel. It will be included in a haul because I did end up purchasing this. I found this at the library. It was a cover loan, I guess, for me. I picked it up because the cover I just thought was beautiful. It's like foiled, it's just gorgeous. And then I started reading what it was about, and it was beautiful. And then I started reading it, and I was like, okay, I need to go buy it because I want to annotate it, and I want to stop reading it because I don't want to keep reading it until I can annotate it. And so it ended up getting pushed back, and I want to read it during middle grade March. But this is about Annabelle, and she lives in Pennsylvania, and then this bully moves to town, and the bully is starting to pick on Toby, who is a war vet. And this is during World War II, but he was a World War I war vet and kind of came back not quite the same, and the bully is picking on him, and it is about Annabelle and her standing up for what she believes in and standing up to the bully and all of that. But the writing in this is so beyond beautiful that I just cannot wait to get back into it and just devour it. So those are my three middle grade books that I put on this list. A couple other buddy reads that I have going on over the course of these next few months. One is The Forgotten Garden by Kate Morton. This is one that is on my 2020 TBR, and I'm not quite sure what it's about. I think it's about a girl who is on the ship that is setting out from Australia, and she's abandoned on the ship, and then the dock master takes her in as his own, and then when she turns 21 he tells her like where she came from, and so now she's on this journey to go figure out where she's from. I think, I'm not 100% sure. I've heard amazing things about this book though, so I'm excited for that. A couple other buddy reads that I have going on over the next few months. One is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I'm going to be buddy reading this, and Children of Virtue and Vengeance, I think is the name of the book, the second book. I'm going to be reading those as part of my online book group, and then also I have a specific buddy that I'm going to be buddy reading the first one with. The first one is on my 2020 TBR. The second one wasn't, but I will probably just go straight into it with my online book club and see what it's about. But I'm excited about both of these. This is a fantasy, it's YA fantasy, but it's based on African folklore, I believe, or it's set in Africa. I've heard brilliant things about it, just never picked it up. I've heard the audiobook is fantastic, still haven't picked it up, so I'm excited to get to that. I'm also going to be buddy reading Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. I'm going to be buddy reading that in April or May, I don't remember. But this is another one that is just super hyped. I've never read, it's on my 2020 TBR. I need to get it done. Somebody volunteered to buddy read it with me, so I'm definitely going to get that done. I believe this is like a historical fiction mystery that is set in the Carolinas, and it's like this swamp girl is accused of committing a murder that I don't think she actually committed, and it's just about that. I don't really know, but I know a lot of people really love it. So there's that one. Another historical fiction that I would like to get to this spring that is on my 2020 TBR is The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. This is just one, it's fairly short. It's set in the 60s. I'm not 100% sure what it's about. I know it has rave reviews though, and I really want to get to it, so I figured this would be a good one to read in the spring. It just sounds spring-like. Bees remind me of spring, so I put that one on my list. I also would like to get a nonfiction book on here, and so I decided to add the nonfiction book from my 2020 TBR. I keep referring to that, but I noticed after this month that I haven't read any of the books on it yet, so I need to make some headway on that. So a lot of, like you could tell, a lot of these are from that list. But a nonfiction book that I put on that list is The Library Book. I do not remember who wrote it, but I will put it up here. But yeah, it is a nonfiction book about a library fire in LA, I think, and just about the library out there and what it meant, and it's just kind of looking into that. I would like to read this during April because April is Library Appreciation Month, and I thought that that would be fitting, so I added that one to this list. Another one that I would really like to get to, it was on my Historathon TBR, and I don't think I'm gonna get to it. Historathon's not quite over. It might happen, but if it doesn't, I'm putting it on this TBR because I really want to get to it. There's an author event coming up that I want to go to for this author, and that is This Tender Land by William Kent Kruger. This follows 4 kids that are sent to an Indian training school, Lincoln Indian Training School in Minnesota in 1932. And it's basically where Native American kids are sent to be educated, and it is a horrific place. And so these 4 kids decide to run away from it, and it's their journey. I've heard amazing things about it. I really want to get to it because I really want to go see the author speak, and I really want to read it before I go hear the author speak. So we'll see. But I definitely added that one. And that's it. That's all I got. So those are all of the books that I would like to read this spring. There's quite a few books. I think there's 16 if I counted correctly. It's a lot, but a lot of them I should be able to get through quickly. The Anne books read quickly, the Harry Potter books read quickly. I have, those 3 middle grades, so I'm hoping that I can organize my reading enough to where I can get most of these done. I said, a lot of these are on my 2020 TBR, so I know that they need to get done eventually. Why not now? So anyway, if you have read any of these, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on them down below. And yeah, If I need to prioritize any of them, let me know. Just let me know your thoughts about all of the things. And as always, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you stick around and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.